Hey Tea Heads, this is Adrian, George and Don from Mayleaf, the PuBoys as we're known on the WhatsApp group.
I'm not sure about that one.
Who created the name of that WhatsApp group?
You created it.
No, it wasn't me.
Who was it, Vincent?
It must have been Vincent. Shout out to Vincent.
Right.
Why did you do that to us?
I know. The PuBoys are back in town. We are tasting another random cake from my collection. Those cakes that I don't really know much about, but have somehow made its way onto my shelves. And they've selected this one out here. This is, we know, it's a 2009 Bulang Raw.
2009? Where did you-
2000, I didn't actually
2009, yeah, it was 2009.
Bulang.
Okay.
We can double check, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2009. Yeah, another random Raw PuErh session, and you've got to score it at the end, remember?
Yes.
I can't remember.
The last one that
our
I
scores.
did, I think, was about 8.4 because it was. Well, I did a ripe one, didn't I? The first ever one we did. That
That's
was like
right.
a really special one.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
And we remember 8 means like mega tea.
Next level.
Right? So, do you want to check it out?
All right.
See what you think of it?
Let's flip this bad boy over.
Flip it over.
Yeah, I think the last two me and Vincent did, I gave them like really high.
I think you had 2 raw PuErhs for you and Vincent,
Yeah,
right?
2 Raw PuErhs. One was 2009, something, 2007.
I can't recall.
They were quite old.
This one's been eaten into a fair amount, so I must have liked it.
It's a good sign. It is a good sign.
So this is a 2009 Bulang. I'm pretty sure it's 2009. Let me just double check. Yeah, 2009. Pressed on 19th of May, 2009.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Gushu.
Good.
So you're on to a winner. You picked well, I think.
Yeah, I needed some raw PuErh. I need something
I know,
strong.
you were
and
like,
Bulang. So
Give me the strong stuff.
yeah.
All right, you break up as much as you want.
We had ripe first thing in the morning, and then
yeah, now we need some power.
now I need some power. Yeah.
I actually think like this is already done pretty well here.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
That's a hefty amount. There.
Let's check. Just check how much that is.
All right.
And
Can I do the guesstimation?
Yeah, I want you to do the guesstimation.
Guesstimation,
Okay,
alright.
so take
I like that.
take this away. Put that here.
I feel like I've got a good weight for this one.
Okay, so you're gonna have to hold it in your hands and then figure out what you think the.
All right. I think.
You're gonna say it before you drop it.
Wait. Can I put this down here and
Yeah.
do this?
Guesstimation.
Or what are we working with here? It's
You're
like
working with
100.
this.
That's gonna be like.
Brewing in the turning moon cake.
What do you think that is? What do you think? What do you think that? I'm gonna tell you in a minute.
I think 8.7.
Okay, wait. You say 8.7. What do you say? Show the camera.
I think. Do you know what? Yeah, I think
Maybe a
9
bit
as well.
more.
9.5.
Let me see.
I think you're probably.
I reckon.
9.5 or 10 most. 9.5. Come on.
I think you're all around right, but I'm gonna go slightly higher.
I think it might be
Slightly higher.
Okay,
than
wait.
9.5.
Let me just turn it on again. Go.
You ready?
Make sure you get all of it on. Yeah, 10.2.
10.2.
10.2.
10.2.
Slightly higher.
Nothing
than
wrong with
9.5.
that. All right. So 10.2. The leaves look, they do look aged.
They look aged. There's not many buds or anything.
Oh, a fair few. I think we've got some pretty good
Come on.
pickings in here.
They look really nice.
It looks a bit like a black tea in a weird way, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're actually really dark.
It hasn't like gone plummy.
Yeah.
It looks more black.
Yeah, black.
So
100%.
that's interesting. Seems to have oxidized more. Anyway, put that to the side. Let's heat up our zerni.
So we've got the moon cake.
Got the moon cake out.
Never actually brewed in this one.
No, but it pours really well. I saw one of our customers in the shop bought one, but he wanted to test the pour first. And as soon as he did it, I was like, oh now I need it.
Wow.
See, look at that. Fat.
I think we already have too many teapots.
Never,
But you know
ever
what they say.
too many teapots.
There we go. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Although my shelves are starting to get a bit ridiculous.
Yeah,
Okay,
you've got
this
many
is a
shelves.
fair amount of
This is
leaf in
good.
here.
I'm feeling
I
good
think
about
that's
this
right
amount.
for this teapot.
All right.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
feeling good about this amount.
Okay, let's go. The random 2009 Bulang. Let's see what we've got. Hit it, George.
Okay. doesn't hit me with age.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
It has some greenness in there.
Okay.
It's herbal. It's green. It has some sweet, but there is some dark notes coming in. I wonder if it's because it's flat pot that I'm not getting like a
Well,
deeper...
that it's not funneling the smell. It should still.
We
We've got
did
leaves
the other
getting
day,
stuck
didn't
on
we?
the lid as
We did an experiment with the wide cup and the small cup. Us in the bar with
Oh
Penny.
my god, yeah.
I know you were surprised about
What, in
that.
terms
We were
of
like,
drinking,
"Damn,
the shape of
yeah."
the cup?
I was
when you're
actually
drinking?
using... So we used to sell in the shop yam cookies, and they come in these little saucers, and
Yeah.
I've been using it as a cup because it's really nice to sip.
Yeah.
But then we tried a PuErh, and it had like no aftertaste, no flavour. And I was like, is it just the tea? Is it just not my day for tasting? And then I tried another cup and it was so much better.
Really?
And I was like, no, because it felt so good using that saucer.
A lot of people like to drink out of saucers. 'Cause of
Yeah.
that, like,
Yeah.
It covers your mouth easily.
See what you mean? It doesn't smell 2009, right? It smells.
All
But
right.
maybe we just need it to open.
It smells just a few years age. It doesn't smell like.
It smells quite old to me.
There is some oldness coming through.
It smells pretty old to me.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of cherry nougat. I'm getting there is a freshness that I get. You're talking about that greenness. It has a, but I would say it's much more in the sort of herbal freshnesses, like herbal freshness, like
Like
thyme.
yeah, or like some like hay.
Like that
summer
smell,
hay.
I would associate it with something that's 2018, 2019, 2016 at the
But then it has
lowest.
sweetness in there. It has like a honey.
Yeah, I would say thyme honey is what I'm
Yeah.
sort of smelling.
God, I love thyme honey. That's
Yeah.
really good.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, that's
All right,
classic of
let's-
the
All right,
this
let's
thing.
give it a rinse.
PuErh honey.
We got a cool little tea pet today.
Yeah,
Little frog.
A frog boy.
Or toad. The three-legged toad. So you know about the three legs. You know why the toad has three
I
legs,
actually
right?
don't.
No.
You don't know?
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually don't know. Yeah,
So instead of a butthole,
right.
he's got a foot.
Right.
And so the idea behind this, I'm pretty sure, is that if he's got some money in his mouth,
Yeah,
the idea is that, like, as you feed him, you're sort of feeding it money.
Okay.
And he's like consuming all this money, but you gotta be careful because he might crap it out.
Oh.
So you gotta plug a foot in there. So basically, no way out. The money has no way of escaping.
Okay, so we're just
it's-
saving all that
it
money
is
in there.
pure fortune. Here you go.
Damn.
oh, there you go.
What
Good
a
story.
So many wild stories out there.
I know.
See, I'm getting the green. I'm getting these green notes, like not like seaweed, like
Seaweed.
yeah,
Okay.
like just fresh.
Like toasted seaweed or
No, like I've just brothed it up.
you made a soup out of seaweed.
Yeah.
I just frothed it up, mate.
Just brothed
I just frothed it up. I love it. I would love to see you do a cooking show.
Oh my god!
So what did you do? I just like
Just
I
brothed this
brothed
up,
up some chicken.
chop that, broth it up.
Yes, I do get what you say. I wouldn't go to seaweed immediately, but yeah, I would still go. I would like, oh, it still has that grassy, fresh, PuErh smell instead of like.
It's
When
a
I
lot.
say grassy, I mean also that fruitiness that comes with like raw
So
PuErh.
talk to me about grassy. What do
No,
you get
I don't know
that's
why I
grassy
say
here?
grassy. I said grassy. I said grassy, but I meant fresh.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not getting a lot of deep notes. Is the
Yeah,
main
like
thing.
that manuka dark sugar honey
But I do think
that
it
you
might be
smelled
because
from
we picked a very
2009,
flat pot.
2010.
Interesting, because I'm having a different impression of this.
But I have hay fever.
Yeah, no, but I don't know.
No. So there's a difference between fresh and fresh. Well, if you're talking about fresh as in like it's freshly picked, like I don't get that. If you're talking about fresh as in there's some very bright high aromas
Bright,
in here,
yeah.
Yeah.
there's lots.
I mean,
but
yeah, PuErh.
I don't think that doesn't mean it doesn't have an aged smell because some of those notes are what I would definitely be looking for in a proper dry aged pu'er, which is very bright, plummy, pruny notes. You know, it's got that sort of very like the high, slightly acidic quality of like of dried fruits like raisins and prunes and things like that, and it's not excessively sort of wet stored, so you're not getting the must, you're not getting the sort of celery notes, and you're not getting the herbal notes so much. You're getting much more fruit. See, that for me is a really interesting smell, and it makes me think that this was stored very well in my cupboards.
But yeah, no, I think you're completely right there. Like, it's not, when I say fresh, I'm not thinking about like fresh green tea freshness.
Right.
I can see that freshness that you're talking about.
It is, I think,
with the sweetness that comes with age.
But I do get the hay.
Yeah,
I get some seaweed. I know where you're coming from there.
What I think I mean is, like, when I said fresh, I meant like it's not as aged. It's like I said, 2020, 2021, 2022.
Do you think that
That's what I
smells
meant.
like a 2021 tea?
No, it has that fruitiness that we talked about that you get in those.
I don't like with really
like
young
fresh.
teas. The fruits tend to be more for me like,
Strawberry.
yeah, berries or a little bit of tropical fruit notes, like, you know, some of the sort of custard apples and sort of starchy things. That kind of deep set, raisiny, honeyed, pruny sort of high notes for me. That means like age. It's very rare that you find and look at the color. It's very rare that you find a young pu'er that would have, I think, those
Yeah, we had
notes.
one.
Yeah.
Which one?
The Jingmai. Was it Jingmai? The Tub Highness.
Tub Highness, yeah.
Yeah. Like
Tub Highness was a very
That was
unique tea for
unique,
that
yeah.
reason.
But that was Guafeng Joy, wasn't it?
That was Guafeng Jai. Sorry, I'm going to do a double brew because I feel like
Yeah.
it would be better. Guafeng Jai, that tea is very special.
Yeah.
And it's why it's Celine's favorite, like, pu'er. And that is, I think that the processing of that tea, and I'm not sure if it's specific to Guafeng Jai, because I don't think it is, because I've tasted a fair amount of Guafeng Jai, but it was, I think it was processed in a way to really make it sort of age a bit earlier.
Would you think they had more moisture in
It could have been more. It could have been something related to just the sort of seasonality. It might be that particular batch suddenly caught a bit of moisture, or whatever. It might be something to do with their Kilgreen process, like not going as deep through the Kilgreen process, or I'm not quite sure what it is. But it was remarkable the first time we got the Mauchar in. It was like, this tastes like a year old already.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very unusual. This one's yours, isn't it?
That's me.
When I first had that one, I was like, yeah, this tastes like age, not just one.
Sorry.
I thought it was more. And I was like, no, it's this year's one. Celine said, this year's tea. I was like, no.
I know. That was a bit of a mental tea.
And do you think it's one of those things that you're not going to find out because they're going to keep that like trade secret?
I don't even know if it was intentional.
Oh, really?
You know, that's the thing. It's like a lot of the great things in tea happen accidentally.
But would you not go and buy from the same people that you got it? Just you know, oh, this is a good tea.
No, it never works out that way.
Doesn't work that way. You know?
I mean, you know, there is consistency, but we've tried Guafeng Jai from that producer, and it's never been.
And it's never been the same.
That's
Oh,
good.
right.
In fact, you know what? I would say there's probably only about a 20% chance that I'll buy from the same producer again.
Really?
That's small.
In terms of
year.
pu'er?
In terms of most teas, but pu'er, yeah. Because I don't know. I know it's something that people say a lot, but it's so true. Every year, it's just
It
different.
changes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just different, you know?
Yeah.
Straighten this up.
Yeah, I guess even if they keep everything exactly how they've been doing it for years or whatever, and they've perfected like a recipe, you still can't.
That's
It's still going to be
fun,
different material at the end of the day.
It's
still gonna
different
be
material. It's
natural.
had a different winter. It's had a different, like, different picking, you know, weather, different processes potentially. Processors, different people touching the leaves. All right, how are we finding this tea? Cheers,
Cheers.
everybody. Ooh, you wanted strong.
That's a bit of a punch.
Yeah, by obviously by color and taste, you'd be like, okay, this aged.
Oh, I go straight
Yeah,
there.
by that smell is
But then it dissipates. It has a really lovely like sort of like stranglehold and then a little caress.
See, I don't know if this is always the case. I don't know if it's the Zerny, I don't know if it's the teapot, but it just makes that bitterness just so
Acceptable.
It's there, and you know it's there, but it's like it's easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It makes
it so smooth. And I do like this cup. I'm glad I bought this cup. I'm just spilling it everywhere because I'm getting too excited now.
This is really good as well.
Yeah, I love that cup.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
This was a cool cup as well.
I also like that.
It's got some interesting wood-fired.
Yeah, they do that by like throwing like ash on it, right?
I mean, there's a million techniques, and I don't claim to be
Yeah,
that much of an expert in it. But
Yeah.
I tried to order these, and the potter herself said to me, I don't know how that happened. That was kind of accidental. I can't repeat it. And I was just like, what?
It's a one and done.
He was like, yeah, I can't repeat it. I'm like, oh,
That's insane.
that became more precious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sorry, I did try to get these.
Damn. No, I'm really
Alright.
liking bigger cups.
Nice bitterness.
So am I.
Nice,
yeah.
beautiful bitterness.
Moving to what kind of, let's talk it through.
Brown, burnt sugar.
Yeah.
Nice, strong honey note going through, like nice, like manuka honey, like a little bit deeper honey.
I'm getting like a
beautiful.
nuttiness. Like a, I don't know. Like a cashew or pistachio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
In
what?
the aftertaste, and it's strong. I don't know if it's because we brewed it. I mean, it is because we brewed
one
it
of
strong.
those pistachio.
but-
When you get one of those pistachio that tastes like, oh, not exactly right. It's a little bit bitter
Yeah.
and like broken, like that, like that
walnut
strength.
skin. Sometimes walnut
Yeah,
skin
yeah.
have that. But I'm getting a lot of some fruits. Again, I will throw it sort of generally in the pruny zone, but it's not like straight up sweet prune, but it's got some sort of almost like prune skin, quality to it. And
Like dry prunes,
you dried prunes, but not like super sweet,
not sweet.
right?
Yeah,
but
not-
also, I'm getting a lot of iron.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Like it has a very sort of iron-rich quality to it, and it reminds me of. I don't know if you've ever tried those iron supplements.
The ferro.
Floridix. No, the Ferra thing is like, that's quite hardcore, but there was a drink, I think it's called Floridix.
Yeah.
That is like an iron-rich drink that is kind of fruity and sweet at the same time. It's really sort of reminiscent. That's the sort of memory that has popped up in my head.
It looks so thick as well.
All
But
right.
yeah, after drinking the first one, like immediately how I'm describing it is bright and not showing its age too much.
Yeah,
like
look,
no, it's definitely
it's
showing
like-
age in there.
Yeah, but the brightness
Oily.
the brightness is still there, right?
Yeah, but it's backed up by
But
this.
it's like, oh, we got antique woods coming in.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got
Wow.
I do like it. I do like it.
this is you wanted a heavyweight tea.
This is a puncher.
This is a
This is a
puncher.
puncher,
This
yeah.
is not taking prisoners.
This is exactly what I was like. I was feeling a bit drowsy. I
mean-
was like, I need some PuErh. This is exactly it.
But it's handling it. It's handling a over 10 gram brew in like a, I don't know, I can't remember, 100 mil, 120
Yeah,
20
like, that's a
mil.
lot of leaves.
That is like a double richness from our standard
Zerny.
Zerny. The mooncake. Not all Zerny, I have to tell you.
This is not old Zerny.
No, not all Zerny. Now I need more water.
This is definitely a
Oh
strong
no.
tea.
You're going to have to fill.
Phil.
Fill.
Continue.
Phil.
Yeah, talk.
No, yeah.
Continue without don't.
I think this is a good tea. I'm definitely not I can't remember what we gave as the wording between our numbers.
I don't remember
But
the
8
wording
was
as
like one of
well.
your best of the year.
Yeah, 8 is already like
9 is one of the best all time. 10 is your best. So I'm
Yeah,
already
that's
thinking
right.
along the lines of like.
No, don't give your score.
No, I'm not giving a
Right.
score, but like, it's definitely. I don't think it's going to be near best of all year.
I guess
It's good. but it's not like crazy amazing.
Are you taking?
I want it to kick in, and then you can talk.
And then I'm like, okay, it's really good.
I want that to happen because I'm feeling that this is gonna kick in.
Yeah,
Are you taking your personal preference out of it and judging it as a tea?
that's
on its
purely
own?
personal.
Yeah. Oh, you're taking it with. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
'Cause this can
Everything's
be,
personal, man.
no, because this can be a really, really good tea, but I wouldn't go straight for it thinking like, okay, I'm gonna choose that tea.
Sweetness in my
Yeah,
mouth
the
afterwards
aftertaste.
is banging right now.
It's not an easy drinker. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, okay, but
Yeah,
bear
we're
in
brewing
mind,
it
okay,
mega strong.
I will brew this a light one for you, okay, Mister?
Oh no!
No, I get it.
I was
You're
the
like,
fir-
it's too
I was
heavy
the
for me,
forgotten
I
brew."
can't handle it.
Such a weak
I was
boy.
True, but bear in mind, I've not been drinking tea for a week and a half.
That's true. He sworn off tea the other day. He was like, I've got to have a week off. Got to have a week off.
Sometimes you need a bit of a tolerance
Yeah.
break.
But just as I brought a load of tea from somewhere, because
Okay.
I was like, we're going to taste it. And then the next day he's like, yeah, George, I'm not going to drink any tea. I was like, what?
That is true. That is true.
I was so excited.
You know, I was so excited. Like, taste these new teas. Like, yeah.
Okay, this is your brew, Adrian. That one's
All right.
that
It's
one's
still got colour though. It's still got
that
like
one's for
really
you
colour.
to try. We'll all try it.
I'm joking.
All right.
Look. There.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So what I'm saying is that we
Still pretty hard.
Still strong.
Like that we grew. What I'm saying is that with some aged raw puer, you
Yeah.
can like brew them. You can make forgotten brews, and it won't.
Oh no, this one you can't do.
You
forgotten
can't
brew.
do the yeah.
But here's the thing, okay? I'm making a case for this tea, okay? To have such level of punch and such level of bitterness, which you hope is going to translate into a really good body sensation, right?
Yeah.
Right? Assume it does. Assume it does give you a real amazing chachi, okay? To have that kind of bitterness, but then that transformation to that amazing sweetness in your mouth,
Yeah.
that's not common people, right? I'm just saying. And that, for me, should bring up its score.
Yeah, that's true.
But, you know,
That's true. Don't judge it too easily, too quickly as well. Like after a few infusions, that taste is going to build up.
and let's see how it, like, you know, develops. Because it might become just like a sweet, beautiful...
There you go. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that sweet, beautiful tea that you can like
I mean, it's
grab
already
at the
there.
end after you've brewed it, right? Just put it in a bowl of water, and just have like sweet water with it.
I'm
like
doing instant brews now.
that
Yeah.
was
Just to see.
that was the last one we had.
I know.
I forget.
Yeah.
Did you do two with Vincent?
We did
We did two.
2 videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're both
They're both
out in the open.
No, one of them's not.
One of them's okay.
One of
too
them's
hot.
not been released. Yeah, too
Those
hot.
teas were more to my okay. This is what I want when I want an aged puer, and I think they were not similar. 2000 under 2010,
Yeah.
not too much under 2010.
Yeah.
I think one was.
We had that Pasho, didn't we? That
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, but I like the other one. I like the other one better. So I thought Pasha was the best. Then we had the other one, which is not out, but it had that beautiful sweet with a little bit of something special mouthfeel, physicality that I like. When you get physicality from
This
a tea,
this has a lot of physicality, I think. And it's
I'm
like
not
even
sure
when
if
you're
it's
doing
just-
these flash brews, it's like mineral and sweetness.
yeah, but when I say physicality, it's almost fizzy in your mouth, like you feel the fizziness of it.
Oh, well, not this one, but the other one.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
This I'm not getting that. Again, like it's a beautiful tea. I would score it pretty highly if I didn't put personal preference in. But now,
No, you got to put personal preference. in.
now with my personal preference, it goes pretty down. I mean,
Okay, all right.
okay, over a certain because it's good tea.
It's going up for me.
No, it's fine. Have a sniff of the Gong Dave.
But like you said, it might change in that sweet. I think he knows the tea because like.
Oh, I don't know. Like, no, honestly, like I have eaten into that cake a bit, but I can't remember the cake. I can't remember it.
So this brew turned a little bit into where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So that's the equivalent. I did 2, 4, 6. I think this is infusion 7.
Okay, so now this infusion tasted what I want a raw aged PuErh to taste like.
That smells like age. And
oh yeah.
While I'm waiting,
Now this is
the
beautiful.
Huygan is getting more intense.
This is pretty intense mouthfeel, man.
All right.
I mean,
I'm getting a bit sweaty as well.
It's putting left, right, and center in my mouth.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. You know what? It doesn't taste like it doesn't smell like the the unaged ones. You get that nice alipis smell.
Alipis? What's alipis? Is that a...
Alipis.
Oh, alipis. Oh, no, that's not alipis. This is straight up fruits and flowers.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Right?
Fruits, flowers.
I'm getting like...
Compote.
Some compotes, yeah. Which fruits? Right. I'm getting like longan. You know? It's sort of like... It's bright, a little bit in the lychee territory, but it's just a bit deeper.
Right, okay.
And a bit more sort of honeyed.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my mouth is doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Like it is. You were right. I have to wait. I have to wait for this tea to like hit me.
Yeah.
It hits you straight away with punch.
Yeah.
But then the flavour just keeps building and building. The minerality. I can't believe even those flash brews have so much punch.
Oh yeah. That was nice.
Strength, sweetness.
I like that. Oh, I like that. Is it because we use too much of it, George?
Yeah.
It's because like.
What, as in like too much leaf?
Yeah, well, no, I would use 7
What
grams.
else are you gonna do?
7 grams in that teapot.
It's called getting the full experience,
Now
right?
we go 12.
It's called growing up, Adrian.
Yeah, and then I cannot judge the tea. I'm thinking like, oh, this is not okay. I don't think
No, look.
this is the right tea.
Okay,
But then
hold on
it
a
might
minute.
have been
like-
just because too much leaf.
Yeah, I know, but let's not. If you don't like the tea, you don't like the tea, right? I don't want to start putting words into your mouth, right?
You put tea into my
No,
mouth.
I
now I'm
understand,
excited.
but it changed since brew number 7. It went into that
Yeah, I
sweet
mean,
water, beautiful honey note, like the bitterness evaporated. They're still there, but like just the right amount.
look at my infusion times; they're literally in and out, right?
Flash brewing.
And again,
Flash
for me, that is a sign of a very good tea as well,
Yeah.
right? That you've got to like
Flash brew.
keep your eye on it because it's strong.
It hurts.
Even after like 9, 10 infusions, you're like flash, you know.
Do you know what I'm really enjoying that you can see in the moon
Yeah.
cake? You've got a whole display
Yeah,
of
it
leaves
is.
just there.
Yeah,
That's so
that
satisfying.
entry is
Yeah,
definitely.
and the fact you can just pour so easily, you can
Yeah.
load so easily, you can empty
It's a
so
good-
easily.
Good
Have we
teapot
got
shape.
a lot of that?
I can't recall. Don't ask me for stock figures.
It's still like
Jeez, it's hot. It's hot.
Yeah,
hot,
it's-
hot.
Sorry.
it's still in stock. We still have it.
I'm even getting like eucalyptus, but like
Yeah.
not too.
Yeah. It's gone a bit stemmy, hasn't it? I get eucalyptus herbs, like woodsy herbs.
Yeah.
Um,
Balsam.
oh, some liniments as well, like tiger balmy kind of quality going on.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly like peeling off little layer of like, okay, now I'm going to go super herbal on you.
All right. I think he heard me give it a lowish score,
Whew.
and then it's like, all right, step
And
it
it's
up.
still
a notch.
potent though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can feel this like,
All right. Starting now, I'm enjoying these brews.
I have a feeling this is going to be a long video. It's like 28th infusion.
Now.
I get it now. Now I get the
I
raisin note.
understand this tea. I wonder if it will change again.
Oh, it's
my
going to
reckon.
change, but I
Do you
think
remember Presents Collector?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
That
that's
it was
true.
insane for
that
like
had like
And that was 2009
that
as
had
well.
3 acts or something.
yeah,
I think
like
it was 2004.
6, 7 infusion. It changes completely and be like, whoa.
I always used to tell people about Presents Collector that don't even judge it until the 5th infusion.
Yeah. We
And
were
this is one
judging
of
it
those
until
teas.
50 infusions. We were like, yeah, it's good, but this is not what we want from an age raw.
And then
I
it
remember exactly.
Yeah.
And then brewing, and then we're like, all of a sudden, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is
The
this is
killer
interesting.
teas, the killer teas take time to reveal themselves sometimes. Ow. Another thing that you got to think of in cooking and everything, right? If something gives off a lot of aroma from the start or whilst, before you eat it, you've lost aroma
Yeah.
for yourself, right?
Yeah. If it's
Like
preserving.
holding on to it is part of sometimes teas that don't come at you too strong, you go, ooh, you little cheeky little,
You cheeky boy.
you know what I mean? It's like, it's holding on to it. It'll be in the brew.
It's definitely starting to like affect.
Your chakras.
No, I mean like my
Okay.
stomach. I get.
thought
My
you were just
frequency
doing
is
this.
definitely being raised.
Yeah, I was a little bit more presentable. I just made my stomach. It
Yeah.
ferments like you can see that it's like bubbling.
Is it-
Makes you bubble. It makes you bubble.
This is kicking in.
The aftertaste has changed loads.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting loads of this herbal notes that we were just saying about.
Yeah, now.
And I'm really liking it.
Yeah. It turned
It reminds me of Ricola.
You think like
Really
someone
rather
that
sweet.
someone that would
Yeah.
watch and they would be like not knowing about tea that much, you think they think like watching for the first time, that's bullshit. Like
Yeah.
the thing like they wouldn't think that it actually changed that much since the 7-8 infusion.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. But people that know, they're like, oh yeah, you
But-
can hate a tea,
Yeah.
and then you can be like, I love it
I get
now.
like butterscotchy as well, like caramels and things. Which is really
Definitely
interesting.
toffee caramelly.
Oh, yeah.
Like toffees.
Definitely toffee.
So basically, this is a tea which has a lot
Toffee.
going on, right? It's
Yeah.
got a lot
Okay.
happening in it, and it's revealing itself in layers. And this is one of the things that I love about raw pu'ers and love about the aging process is that. And you can go through layers just like mining where you hit like areas it's like, oh, that's too rocky or that's too bitter or something. But the fact that you can break through the layers and it has lots of layers to give makes those little moments of less comfort sort of not just like forgivable, but actually like, oh, good sign. We're hitting, and that's the sort of feeling that I've had with this tea from the smell of the dry leaf is there's a lot of things in here which make me think this is one of those heavyweight teas that you really are happy to have in your cupboard.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder why don't they choose that tea?
No, but this is a gift. This could have been a
It was
gift.
probably a gift. Yeah.
Oh right, so it wasn't like sent
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
for
We'll try
review.
to figure out like
All right,
some
cool.
information about it and I'll put it down in the description. Okay, score time.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
God, already.
Okay, so we've been, it's at least half an hour.
No,
this
I
video.
thought,
Time travel.
I thought we do one of those things. We take a break, like have like 5,
All
6,
right.
7 more
He
brews
wants
and
to
then
take a
decide.
break.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
I mean,
have
we've
more.
had 10 infusions, but yeah, okay. He wants a
I
break.
feel like
We'll be back in 1
do
minute.
more.
We'll be back in 1 minute. Okay, so we've only had a couple more infusions, but we feel that we're at the stage that we can start to make some
accusations.
accusations. Okay, go on, accuse away. Thoughts, final thoughts on
Right.
this tea.
This tea made me change my mind about it like 3 times. So
Yeah.
it's a bit annoying. So now I'm thinking like
It gets scored down for being
that's the
annoying.
thing, but I'm thinking, does it get scored up for being annoying or does it get scored down for being annoying? That's why it's
Interesting.
annoying.
That's
why
actually
it's
a
annoying,
very interesting
right?
question. Yeah, no, I feel exactly the same
it's
way
exactly
about it.
at that point, like tipping point to the left or to the right, and I'm like, it's definitely a 70, right? It's definitely a what we said 7 is like a wow. Like
So
it's a
we
good
said
tea.
5 was a good tea. 6 was tea you definitely want in your collection. 7 was like winner, absolute winner. You love it. 8, best tea you've had. One of the best teas you've had in the whole year.
Okay.
9, one of the best teas you've had in your whole life.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely 6, definitely a 1 in my collection, and then it definitely goes. I'm saying definitely a lot, but it goes to 7 because it's a super wow tea. I wouldn't say it goes to 8, definitely not, because it's not one of the best teas I had
This year. Okay.
this year. Also, the year is just. It's
All
not
right.
even,
In the
it's
last
not even
in the last 12 months, let's say.
okay, in the last 12 months. Yeah. So I'm gonna go and say a nice 7.5, like between that and that mark.
straight in
Okay.
the middle.
Yeah.
George?
Well, I'm with you in terms of it's definitely hitting 7. It was an interesting tea, and it surprised me. And so I don't know if I'm scoring it on the session because it surprised me, and now I know what it's about. So this one was a special session because it surprised, it stimulated for sure. I started very sleepy, and I am like soaked in sweat, and I'm like pumped up. So it's definitely a good tea for exactly what I wanted. I don't think it's going to hit the 8 for me either, but I think it's a bit higher on my mark because I think this is one of the best raw PuErh sessions that I've had for a while.
Wow.
So I'm going to give it 7.7. Yeah.
Okay.
7.7.
There you go.
So
Really high.
I agree with everything that you've said. It's a frustrating tea. It's an awkward tea. It's an awkward, maybe not the right way. It's annoying because it shifts, but it's also beautiful because it shifts.
Yeah, definitely.
It's got awkward moments to it that you kind of go, oh, it's too much, or but then it's got some really. At every infusion, it has something new to give.
Yeah,
that's sort of interesting, from a herbal to a fruity to something. I think that this is an example of a really excellent tea that has so much good in terms of its terroir. It's got so much good in terms of its processing and picking. It's imbued. It's rich. It's a rich tea, but it hasn't developed its personality.
Yeah.
And that's the bit that marks it down, right? Because then you can't ever know if you like that person or not. Do you know what I mean? Because it doesn't reveal its personality. Some people, personality reveals stuff, you go, no, not for me, right? Another personality, oh, that's great. But when it doesn't reveal its personality, it's sort of intriguing. But
You don't know where it's going.
ultimately, you're like, I need you to show me your personality. And for that, it gets marked down. But I still think it's a very, very good tea.
Yeah.
So I would say it's a 7.7. What did you say?
7.
Oh, so around 7.7. So it's a 7.7, 7.5. I think that's a fair score, but not because of the quality of the tea, but the fact that the experience is fascinating, but ultimately a bit frustrating.
Definitely. Yeah,
But
I
it
agree.
would be different if you go into this like now. In a few days, you take that tea and you start brewing, but you know what you're getting
Yeah,
yourself
but
into.
for some reason, I feel like even that might be a strange, surprising session. Especially if we did it in a different teapot. It might show completely different spectrum.
And that's why you would want it in your collection, right?
Yeah.
This is one of those ones that you would be excited to bring it out and taste, because you don't know what it's going to give you. And maybe at some point it would reveal something. But everything it revealed was really interesting, and the body effect is definitely potent. So I feel like it's in the mid-7s, but that's not quite like... I want people out there to get that this is actually a
Really good.
Damn
yeah,
good tea.
definitely.
Yeah.
damn good tea.
And would you say, like, because I feel like this has like Bulang potency, but I don't know about the flavour profile of it being typical Bulang.
There were bits of it that felt typical Bulang. There were some antique woods that came out. There were those slightly more zesty fruits that were popping out. It had a deeper quality. But yeah, no, I agree. It's not like... It's that's the thing. It was shifting so much.
Yeah.
It was shifting so much. But it's a fascinating tea. Okay, so somebody can win some of this tea if they name it, right? Give us a name for this tea, and they will pick a winner. Yeah?
Right.
All right. Anything else left to say? Feeling good?
I'm feeling too good.
I think we should keep brewing this though, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
let's
definitely.
and if we have any changes to our scores, we'll put them down in the comments.
Yeah.
I kind of want that tea to be my friend.
That's nice. That's
Yeah,
cute.
exactly.
Yeah.
Until
Kinda
he turns
like-
around and slaps you
But
one.
that's,
Yeah, it just
that's
slaps
why,
you and
'cause
then runs
now
off.
it surprised me, and I think like, oh, now I want it to be my friend, play around.
I have a sense that the scores might increase over this session. Anyway, that's it, tea heads. Check out other videos, taste our teas wherever you are in the world by browsing made.com, and come visit us if you're ever in London. Other than that, these are the PuBoys.
The PuBoys.
Thank you for being part of the revelation of true tea. Stay away from those tea bags. Keep drinking the good stuff and spread the word, because nobody deserves bad tea.
Bye.
Bye.